to my channel. Oh, this feels so good to be sat down back in front of a camera getting back to YouTube. I hope you're all doing amazing. It has been a hot minute, so I thought we could sit down, have a catch up and basically say what I've been up to. For starters, I moved house. And amongst all of the chaos of moving house, just starting all of the renovation, all the plans that we've got for this house, I'm also right in the depths of planning for a wedding. I'm getting married this September, so all of that has been going on. So as you can imagine, life has been crazy. I've got the last remains of my iced coffee here. I think today is meant to be the hottest day of the year. It's meant to get up to 30 degrees later, which is absolutely crazy. I actually filmed this whole video back when I filmed the other clips of this morning and of some of the clips that you're going to see later, but I accidentally deleted all of it. So you're going to be seeing past me. So this is future me refilming all of this. So let's just get this right and not delete it this time. But I thought we could sit down, have a bit of a catch up, give you some house details. I'll give you a little bit of a walkthrough of the house as well. I am just so excited to finally be in this house. One thing that I have learned is as soon as you get into a chain when you're moving house, that's it. Anything could happen. But to be honest, even when you're just buying a house when there's no chain, anything can happen anyway. But as soon as you're in the chain and you're in this process of multiple people, oh my god, I feel like it just makes things so much harder. When me and Connor bought our first house, there was no chain at all and it was pretty straightforward. Whereas in this house, there was multiple people in this chain and it was not smooth sailing in the slightest. We got to a stage where we were about to exchange contracts and then our buyer's buyer dropped out. Then we had to start the whole process again. And when that happens, the people that were selling this house were saying that they wanted to put it back on the market until our buyer's buyer had a buyer, and it was just it was not fun at all. It was definitely one of the most stressful things I've ever had to deal with. Luckily, our buyer's buyer managed to find a buyer within 24 hours, which was absolutely crazy, and it was the best case scenario for us. But what we think is before the estate agents put it back on the market, we reckon that they got in touch with anyone that was previously interested in it but missed out on it. They've obviously just decided, yep, we want it and we want to put an offer on, because there was no chance for someone brand new to have gone to see the property and decided to put an offer in that space of 24 hours. So we reckon that that is what happened, and then the ball got rolling again, and then I think it was about 3 months later we finally got into this house. I am so happy and proud of me and Connor because we stuck to our plan. With our first house, we said to each other, right, we want to do this up and we want to be in this house for 5 years, and it was exactly 5 years and a few weeks that we ended up moving into this property. So we stuck to our plan. But just a little bit of a background for our previous house. So when we bought that house, it needed everything doing to it, everything guttering. It needed the carpets taken out, it needed brand new windows, garden needed completely guttering. We wanted to open up the driveway and just do one massive drive. We also later on ended up knocking down a wall and making the whole of the downstairs open plan. We installed a new kitchen, which was actually a second-hand kitchen that we found on Facebook Marketplace, but Connor is a builder and that is the only reason why we were able to do all of that to that house and completely and utterly transform it. But like I said, we always knew that that house was just going to be a stepping stone for us. I feel like once you're in that first property, obviously things change. We ended up getting Louis whilst we were in that house, and the garden was just way too small for him, and that was one of the biggest priorities for me. But our next house was to have a nice big garden, which we do, and I'm so happy with it. I did love that house, but I feel like because we always knew that we weren't going to stay into it, we got to a stage where I was starting to be like, oh, should we move on from this? Like, obviously we had the wedding going on and we wanted to try and just time things and plan things accordingly. We did virtually everything ourselves in the old house. Like I said, Connor's a builder, so he was able to do everything, bless him, and I'm so proud of what he achieved in that house. It got absolutely transformed into such a gorgeous house, and it was in such a good location. We bought it for ridiculously cheap as well. Our plan plan was always to get a house that was a fixer-upper that we could do up and then use the profit to buy our next property. As soon as we got to that stage, we were thinking we were ready to move on. We thought, right, let's see what the value is of this house now, and we were so shocked at the value of this house. It had virtually doubled in price, and because of that, that was the only reason why we were able to move to this house now. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for past us for just doing all of that, like buying that house and living in it. It was a lot at first because, like I said, it needed everything doing to it, and I'm just, yeah, I'm so happy and grateful that we decided to buy a fixer-upper, do it up, because we wouldn't be in the position that we're in right now. I feel like everything felt so perfect for us because our house, it sold ridiculously quickly, and this house, we just absolutely fell in love with as soon as we came to visit. It had been on the market for a while, so we were able to get a really good price on it. It was really nice as well because the second time we came to view the property, we actually met the lady who has lived here all of her life. So it was her parents' house, and her parents are sadly passed away, and that's why the house was then put up for sale. So when me and Connor came to view the house for the second time, it was so lovely because we got to meet the lady that she grew up here. This was her family home. She was saying about all the happy memories that she has here, and this just feels like such a nice warm home. I've just had nothing but good vibes and good energy from the get-go of moving into this house, and even when we came to view it those 2 times, I just had such a nice vibe from the house. It was really nice as well because the day that we actually moved into the property, the owners kindly opened the garage for us so we could start moving stuff from our house into this house. Luckily, we're not actually too far from our old house, so that just worked out perfectly. But then when me and my dad were coming and dropping things off into the garage, she was here and she was just having the last little moments in the house because she spent her whole childhood here, and it was so lovely to just see her, and she gave me a massive hug, and I just said, I promise we'll take care of this house. And it was just such a nice experience, and I feel really grateful that I got to experience that, and I feel like it's just made moving into this house so much nicer. And obviously she wished us the best of luck as well, which was so lovely. But yeah, we've already cracked on quite a bit with the house. We have got so much planned for this house, and my plan is to document as much of it as possible. Our plan with this house is to be in it for at least 10 years, so we are going to be here for a good amount of time. I feel like the vibe is just going to be completely different. When we moved into our old house, it was very much industrial, like greys and navy blues and things like that. In this house, I was saying to Connor, I do not want any grey in sight. Obviously I've got my grey sofa in the background, but that's another thing as well. When you move onto your next house and you bring all of your belongings with you, I feel like that helped as well to just make the house feel a little bit more homely and a little bit more ours. I unpacked everything and I just laid out everything where it's just going to be for the time being, and yeah, I just feel like that's just made it feel a lot more homely. The vibe that I want to go for this house is just very cozy. I want sort of like cozy cottage vibes, but obviously without the cottage. That's another thing as well, guys. We've actually moved into a bungalow. I know, like, yeah, I mean, I love it personally. I feel like you don't realise how good a bungalow is until you go to Hoover and you realise that you don't need to take your Hoover up and down stairs. I think it's crazy as well that the previous owners, they were the only ones that have ever lived in this house. They bought it from brand new, and yeah, it's only ever been them that's lived here. So I think that is just crazy as well. But yeah, cozy cottage, lived in, that sort of vibes I want to go for. Just nice and warm. Like I said, we've already cracked on with quite a few things. Our focus was to get the bathroom done because I had about 3 weeks where I didn't have a bathroom, I didn't have a shower, and I had to go to the gym to shower every single day. But it was fine because it got me to the gym. So that was the pros of that. But I'll show you around some parts of the house. It's not perfect. Everything is everywhere, as you can imagine, but we've just made the most of it. And obviously my bookcase is right behind you, and that is just probably the most perfect thing in the house at the minute, because that was definitely the first thing that I had to put up, obviously. I feel like my house is not a home without my bookcase up. But enough yapping, let me show you a bit around the house. So right here we have the front door and we have a little porch, and then just over here we have the main bedroom and we also have the living room here. But our plan is to make these both bedrooms. We're not too sure which one we're going to have yet as the master bedroom, but yeah, all of this glass is going to go out, and yeah, gonna have two nice big bedrooms. So if we go through here, this is the living room. Louis, bless him, is just so hot today. I'm trying to keep him as cool as possible. But this is the living room. Like I said, everything is just everywhere, but as you can see, my bookcase is just looking perfect in the corner there. But this is the living room. It's a lovely big space, and I'm thinking that we'll probably have this as the main bedroom, but obviously all of this brick is going to come out and it's just going to be such a nice big space. So if we go through here, one thing that I absolutely love about this house, and I think what makes it still feel quite big even though it's a bungalow, is at the front door, as soon as you come in, it's got this lovely long corridor which I just think opens it up and just makes it look so much more spacious. So if we go down here, we've got everything going on in this room at the minute. So this is going to be our living room. So I've been stripping wallpaper, which is what you'll see in the next clip after this. But I've just been cracking on with that. So our plan is to have bifold doors here leading out to the garden. We have those ordered, so hopefully those will be coming soon and then Connor can install them. Our first plan was actually to have this room as the main bedroom, but it's just so big. I feel like we don't need this much space for a bedroom, and it just makes so much more sense to have this as the living area. So originally this was the door to get into this room just here, and that door there was a little cupboard here, and then it was all built-in wardrobes going up to that wall. But Connor has obviously knocked through all of that, got rid of all the built-in wardrobes, got rid of the cupboard. I've got a video somewhere of the cupboard just showing the entrance to this door, so I'll insert that there. But the reason why we've done that is because we've opened up the bathroom, which I'll show you in a second. It was kind of like an awkward little layout for the bathroom, so we've just opened it up, blocked that off, and made this the new door into this room. But I can't wait to just have this open and just be looking into the garden. It's just going to feel so nice and airy. We're going to have a media wall here, as you can see that Connor's already started doing. Have the TV in there, a nice fire built in here, and yeah, we actually ordered our sofa the other day, so we need to get cracking with this room and get the floor laid and just, yeah, everything sorted basically before the sofa comes. So if we just go through here, we have the bathroom, which, as you can see, is just a completely different vibe to the rest of the house. I love the way that this has turned out. This floor, I really was like, oh, it was a bit of a risk, but I really wanted something to have a bit of a pop in the bathroom, and I felt like the floor was the perfect space to do that. So I'm so happy with this tiled floor. It is just like a vinyl floor, but I just love the tile effect. So we've got a nice walk-in shower here, and I love the tiles that we've gone for, just quite nice and neutral, and then obviously just like the pop of colour on the floor. We've got these wooden units with the black accents, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way that this has all come together. Connor's installed a new window here, and it's mainly just the finishing touches now for the bathroom, which I'm so happy about. I just love the walk-in shower as well. So originally this was the door going into that room, and the way this is there was sort of like an L shape here, and then this here was the door to go into the bathroom. So obviously it was just like this sort of empty space here that just didn't really make sense. So that's why we've just got rid of that wall, got rid of this doorway, and just completely opened it up and just made it into one nice big bathroom, which just makes sense, to be honest. But I love all of these units. We've got all these like wooden units, and I just think it just makes it feel really nice and warm. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way the bathroom has turned out. I feel like it's all come together, and I feel like you can already sort of start to see the vibe that we're going for with this house. So yeah, as you can see, nice airy corridor. This floor is obviously gonna go. So as we go through to here, this is the kitchen slash dining area. I just love how bright and airy this kitchen is, and I love that you can just look out to the garden and the trees that we've got overlooking the garden. Oh, I just love it. And look at my flowers, guys. Look at my peonies. Oh, they're so pretty. I can't wait until they're all bloomed. Some of them have already started blooming, and it's just, oh, I just love having flowers in the house. It just makes me feel so happy. But we actually went into Wren Kitchen Designs the other day just so they could give us a sort of a layout of the vibe of the kitchen that we want, and oh, I'm so happy with it, guys. I mean, we're not 100% sure yet if we're going to go with Wren, but we're going to be cracking on with the kitchen probably the start of next year. But this is like the vibe at the minute. It is absolutely fine. I'm perfectly fine having it like this. Obviously it is very outdated. I mean, look at those tiles. Look at those orange tiles, and the floor as well. I mean, how stunning. But you know what, it's absolutely fine, and I do not mind it whatsoever. So our plan for this is to keep the same shape for the kitchen. We're going to knock down these walls here with the glass in, and then bring the kitchen out, have like a nice little breakfast bar here. So this wall here, back here, is actually cupboards. There's a lot of built-in units and built-in cupboards in this house. Our plan is to knock through this door all the way back to this wall, just so it'll open it up and just make it a lot bigger with the space in here. You're right, Louie. Hi, darling. Hi. You've loved living here, haven't you? Yeah? You love your garden. So yeah, just going through that a little bit further is just going to open up this space and just going to make it so nice and big, and it's just going to be so lovely. And then through here into the garage, this is one of the main things that sold it to Connor, is just, as you can see, a lovely, nice, long garage that is just all the way down the side of the house. It is absolutely huge, and our plan for this is just to do a garage conversion and just have 2 extra rooms in the house. It is just so much space, so much space, and I feel like just adding those 2 extra rooms onto this house is just gonna make it feel even bigger. I think in here we're gonna have a utility room or some sort of little study room, something like that, and obviously have like another massive bedroom just at the back there. But yeah, the garage was one of the main things that actually sold it to Connor. Saw it, saw the potential, and was like, yes, garage conversion. So if we go through to the garden, which I still can't believe that this is my garden. It gives me so much joy, and I love it. Again, please excuse my washing. I have all of these plants here at the minute because Connor's mum and stepdad are actually in the process of moving house as well, which has been really nice going through the whole process at a similar stage to them. So these are all of her plants from her house that I'm just keeping an eye on at the minute, really, and trying to keep as alive as possible. But this is the garden. Louie's got a nice little paddling pool at the minute because it has just been so hot for him, bless him. But I actually mowed the grass the other day, which I found so satisfying. I've never done that before in my life. And I'm just so happy we've got a nice big garden for the little boy, of course. But yeah, guys, just look at the trees. I just love it. I absolutely love it. And I feel like every time I sit out here and just look at the trees, it's just, it just makes me so happy, like I can't put into words. With the garden, we're not going to be doing anything crazy until next summer. So I've just tried to make it as tidy as possible, going around with the strimmer and things like that. Obviously I've still got a few bits that I need to do, But yeah, I feel like as soon as I mowed the lawn, that definitely made a huge difference. But guys, the trees, I just can't get over it. We've already got some nice garden furniture. You alright, Louis? Is that a nice itch? You scratching your back? I just love seeing him taking himself out here and just chilling on the grass. I feel like it's just so sweet. One of the first things that I said to Connor I wanted to get was garden furniture, because I wanted to make the most of the garden from the get-go. So we've got this lovely, nice, big lounge set, and I had to buy a parasol, guys, because it's just been too hot. It's been too hot, and as soon as I was able to actually sit out here and enjoy it, I couldn't because it was too hot. So I bought the parasol. I need to buy the weights for it here. I've just got some sandbags on it at the minute. Yeah, Louis, you've absolutely loved your garden, haven't you? Hey, come here. Hi. You have been absolutely loving it, hey? It's been spoilt rotten. Oh, you got a stick. You got a stick. I feel like going from such a small garden, like so small, to something like this is just, it makes me so happy. And as soon as I saw Louis, when we first moved in, as soon as I saw Louis go out into the garden, it warmed my heart so much, and actually made me feel a bit emotional. I was saying to Connor the other day, when I was like, oh, where's Louis? And I just saw out of the kitchen window that he was just outside chilling. He just took himself outside, and it just warmed my heart so much. Literally just finished reckless. I'm honestly lost for words. What the hell? Oh my god. I was not expecting that at all. I was definitely not expecting that ending. What the hell? That ending definitely bumped it up a bit. Still don't know what to rate it though. If you've read Reckless, then you know. Just process what the hell just happened at the end of that book. Let's go and strip in the wallpaper. Alexa, play Ella Langley. Okay, so I've just had a little bit of a break. Stripping wallpaper is literally a workout. My hands are aching. I've just had a snack, I've refueled, and we're going back on it, and I'm gonna start Fearless. I still can't get over that ending. Definitely bumped it up that extra bit, and I think I'm gonna settle Reckless on a 4-star rating. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start Fearless.